Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the Tarot Closet. Welcome. If you're new to the channel, thank you so very much for joining me. I am very happy to be here today channeling for you. My name is Christine. A little tiny disclaimer that I've had to give this week is that I'm just a little bit under the weather. So I have kind of a froggy voice, which doesn't really matter, but if you hear some squeaking and a squawking, some particularly out of really high notes, even now as I try to laugh, that's why. This too shall pass. Anyway, welcome to another all signs tarot reading, all zodiac signs, I should say. This is a reading for the collective. All signs love tarot reading. All signs love reading. And as is pretty much always the case here at the Tarot Closet, all signs love messages reading. Messages from your person, messages from their higher self. This is a timeless reading that if you have found your way here, of course, hello, you have come here when you're meant to be here. This is a fated connection. So welcome. Again, means there is a message here for you. Just a quick little note, a quick little point out that down below in the description, my gosh, you will find all the decks that I'm using today will be listed down there if you're interested. And of course, all the playlists, they're really easy to get to. All zodiac signs, messages from your person. Today's reading is attached to the messages from your person love tarot readings. And if you're on a twin flame journey, there are very long, very in-depth twin flame readings and a lot more. So feel free to check it out. I have a few more things to say, but before I do, look, the Three of Cups and the Knight of Wands both presenting themselves Mercury and Cancer energy. So this is celebratory energy. It can be a reunion energy. Soul contract going on here. And that's Mercury energy. It's communication, which clearly can be in person for some of you. So you might be seeing your person, but this can also be about communication opening up in a message, because we're also seeing the Knight of Wands here. And look, the Knight of Wands is being led by the heart, the wand, of course, the energy of love. It's quite a fast energy, and spirit, look, is right alongside them. They kind of have their head down a little. It's sort of a mix of some humility, some emotional energy. There's a tiny bit of fear, but it's also like a determined look. It's just sort of like, I'm going here. In fact, they're flying. They're flying higher. They with the help of spirit here, knowing what they want to say. Can it be they're on their way to somewhere? For some of you, seeing each other, maybe. But it is a movement. It is the Knight of Wands. And yeah, this is a Leo energy. And yeah, it's horse. It's a pushing through obstacles energy. It's a freedom. There's a kind of, I want to say a successful energy, which we also saw that victory wreath on the Three of Cups of just really going for what you want. Interesting, with the Ace of Wands is already coming out, as I say that, it's Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius energy. So there have been some delays in this, your person, I want to say the two of you maybe talking again, coming back together, maybe even some, well, it's a hot and cold energy, you know, sort of some false starts. And look, by the way, hello, if you are in New York, okay, so I wasn't ready. Your reading is ready. So I'm just going to get this last cut deck, and then we're going to move on. Just begin your reading, continue your reading. Remember, this is a general reading. So take what resonates for you and let the rest go. So here's the other thing, look. It's the Three of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune, and it came like this, you know. So it's sort of it can be sometimes when energies are coming to me in that way, it's a message of indecision or in the works. I feel like it's more about in the works and indecision, actually, because we see on one hand that they're wanting to communicate and moving forward toward communicating, but it can be that it's just been like this for a while, or maybe a message even came in and left again, or there's some indecision around showing up somewhere. the Three of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. This is Mars and Capricorn energy, and it's an energy of teamwork, you know. And what happens when you come together and you work together and you decide what it is you want? Well, look, building these pentacles together, that's the commitment, the relationship. I want to say the connection. And because if you're not together on this, if you're not together where it's going and you're building it together and everybody's putting in the effort and everybody's putting in the time and everybody's aware of all the practicalities, then this doesn't get built, and this crow cannot reach the fruits of that labor and even share them. So if you're getting in here, look at this. The Wheel of Fortune, this is a turning point. It is a new beginning. And by the way, strong indication of a message that's coming in and a new start. This is a fated connection. Your destinies are intertwined. It's a very deep soulmate connection. And for a lot of you, it's Six of Cups energy for me. You may have known your person for, I want to say forever, or it feels that way. You know, it's the soul connection energy. But this is sort of like, well, I mean, and as it is with tarot, you know, of staying on the path is kind of going to tell you where things are going, isn't it? Because everyone has free will. Energy's outcomes, they can, they will, and they do change. The future is not fixed. We see a new cycle coming here and the end of a cycle and a renewal coming, but it really is dependent on everybody showing up. Here in the Three of Pentacles, it's Mars energy, you know, and that's the planet of action. It's the drive and the desire to want to build this relationship, to want to rebuild it, to build it up, to build a connection, communication, divine timing, communication and growth, you know, the beginning, the middle, the end. What is that? Death, life, death, rebirth, you know, the renewal energy, which we see here in the Wheel of Fortune. That 10 to deuces 2 of 1. It's the new beginning and it's the potential that is here should everybody want to show up. Look, it's here wanting to be here in the partnership placement. Okay, so yeah, look what's at the bottom of the deck. This is clear, and I want to say bottoms up here because this is most definitely belonging in your reading. And it's a message, it's communication. It can be, I want to say, a message as in a written message, you know, probably archaic handwriting, but it can be in the way of digital, you know, email, let's say, social media, SMS, but it's also about communication in general, and it's coming in really fast here. So again, it can be that you've already had a message coming in, coming out, deleting, or there's just this back and forth and there's just a lot of delays because the Ace of Wands is also a hot and cold energy. But we saw that coming in with the Three of Cups, the communication, the Mercury and Cancer energy, right along with the Knight of Wands. So it can be also that somebody's just kind of, it could be a younger person. It doesn't mean that they are, you know, because it can also just be where somebody's at mentally, emotionally on their journey, okay, spiritually on their journey, and just sort of like going for it, being scared, going for it, because it's pretty clear here that they want to communicate. This is communication coming for you. Mercury and Sagittarius energy, it's really fast. So this communication is going to change a lot of things here, putting you into this new cycle. And of course, the communication alone, I feel, is breaking up the no contact, no communication, for some of you, separation. And it's putting you on this path of this Wheel of Fortune turning. You know, it's everything's always changing. That's the thing about the Wheel of Fortune. You know, and we have in here Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, and Aquarius don't exactly love change, creatures of habit. So there is some kind of element of holding back. Maybe somebody's a little bit afraid. But this, okay, so it is. It's your overall energy is what I'm hearing. It's not going there. It is going here. It's packing a lot of potential, quite literally here in the energy today of the possibilities. Okay, and this is still going here. No, it's not. Okay, wow. Yeah, look, so here's the Knight of Pentacles coming in with that humility, coming in with that pentacle. Another Knight energy, and this is Virgo and Mercury energy. On the move here, Virgos really like to be on the move. Get things done. I'm married to a Virgo, guys. And it's a horse again, of course. And it's a particular horse. There's a lot of humility. There is working, pushing through not just those obstacles, but they're coming in here and wanting to do this work now, this collaborative energy here. And we're going to continue, of course, moving on. The collaborative energy that's here in the Three of Pentacles, of wanting to put in the work, wanting to come together for the fruits of the labor, you know, because if everybody's not showing up here and putting in the effort, let's say, you know, trigger, bringing in your person, this is where their energy is the strongest, your specific person, then obviously it's not going to work. You know, if everybody's not showing up, they're showing up here. This is, you know, saying you can count on them. They want to do this. This is what they're wanting. Is this coming through in a message? Is this coming through in person? It really can be either or, because it's dependent on your situation, and it can even be that it begins with a message and moves into in person. That Three of Cups energy can be a seeing each other energy, even around, for some of you, friends or family that are connecting you. It's a celebratory energy. But that Mercury energy is not just about, it's also kind of everywhere, really. It's not just about, again, the communication in person. It can also be in writing. So is this a message, or is this in person, or can it be both? You know, one leading to the other. The Nine of Swords coming here, Gemini and Mars. Look, the Five of Swords is here. Okay. Look, here's that working on it. Yeah, so this is, well, let's get here first. It's going kind of fast for me, so we're going to look at the Eight of Pentacles and what else is coming in just a moment. It's the Nine of Swords. It's Gemini and Mars energy, and that's an energy of just being all up in your head, you know? And obviously it's in regard to the two of you, and wanting to talk, planning to talk, thinking about where things are. This is a 9, of course, and it's things coming to fruition. It's just before that 10, and then getting out of that sword energy, which is also a reversal energy for me. It's an apologetic energy as well. And that's catty corner here with the Three of Pentacles. So somebody who's, well, yeah, I mean, it's actually really clear that they've been all stuck up in their head, because it's also connecting with the Ace of Wands in reverse. And that's kind of the, I want to say, the hot and cold energy, you know, the delays, so kind of holding things up. And what is going on with this Five of Swords, because that's also catty corner here. And there's a strong sense of, you know, I want to say rejection, and just an energy that doesn't feel good. And it's catty corner to the Five of Swords. So it's part of this message that I feel, and part of the change here. Look, it's connecting also with the Ten of Cups in reverse, and that is this broken connection. For some of you, it can be a legal connection. It doesn't mean that it is, but it's a lonely feeling, you know. It's the Ten of Cups. So were you in the Ten of Cups? And that's an energy of a happy connection, or family for some of you, you know. Blending of families, introducing of families, you know, building a life together. And it's in reverse, and it's right here connected to the change that's about to happen. And it's beginning with a message. So it's also really strongly connecting here to the Five of Swords. And that's Venus and Aquarius energy. So somebody here having said some really hurtful things, that also is connected to this Ten of Swords in reverse, I feel, and what played a really big part in this no contact, no communication, or in separation connection, you know. And this is connected, of course, strongly to the throat chakra, to the fifth chakra. Communication, clarity, lack thereof, lack of transactional energy, or the fact that things were said that were really hurtful. And I want to say things that were maybe not meant here. We see that this Ten of Cups in reverse is also catty corner to this Knight of Pentacles. And it's really telling for me of what they weren't putting in. You know, was this Three of Pentacles also in reverse at some point? I think so. Because that's everybody showing up, and they're showing up now. And why weren't they showing up? What is the reason for that? And you're going to know exactly, of course, what what was happening here and how it got separated. But you can see it did play a really big part in that. Some things that were said, and also things that weren't clear, and things that were really very hurtful. Somebody here is, look, this crow's laying on the back. There is a sword right here kind of coming in. Somebody here holding on still to look to two of the swords. It's a decision here that was made. I do feel the regret. Look what else is over here, by the way. It's more validation of what we already know, really. This is a no contact, no communication and or in separation reading. It's the Four of Swords, Jupiter and Libra energy. And the Four of Swords is here because, look, of course, there are the Three of Swords, and that's the breakup, the heartbreak, the loss, the separation, you know, around this connection. And it's where you go for to kind of think things through, you know, recover, think about the next move. Somebody, it's an alignment because someone on one hand, your person is here. It's really strong thinking about this. They know, you know, they still have the sword here that there is, well, there's definitely an apology coming here, some clarity, some movement, some transactional energy, the truth. The Three of Swords here, could there be for some of you that there was a third party, or that there still is, of course, and that can be in the way of romance, but it can also be family of origin, cultural, religious differences, timing, the timing being off. And I want to say too, also your person really up in their head there when things were going on. And excuse me, that's what I wanted to show you. You know, almost somebody who was sabotaging it. And yeah, there's a little bit of fear here. Strength card. So there is an energy here too. Look, it's connecting quite literally with the Three of Swords because you were also waiting for this clarity, for the truth, for an apology, for communication. Again, whether that's a message you're waiting on or another message, some of you may have responded and haven't heard back, or it's an in-person energy. You know, it really is going to be different for everybody, but it's a strong energy for me, in particular with that Three of Cups and that Knight of Wands energy of them trying to come in. And we see that both with the Strength card. And it's, you know, the Lion is also looking right over here at the Four of Swords. So trying to get out of that and get on this Knight of Pentacles and get this message to you, or this communication, so that things can change here, you know, because we can see it. It's really quite strong. Leo energy, of course, and also the source. And there's the messenger, you know, the sun, of course, God, goddess, the universe, the divine, and working toward that outcome that has been interrupted, wasn't realized. We see here the disconnect. Looking right here at the infinity symbol, and of course, this is also an 8. This is the 8th card, and that is a number of action. It's accomplishing something. There's a lot of healing energy also around that. And it's also the 8th star. That was a gift from the star card of hope for renewal and clarity, both bringing it to you and you receiving it. You're really both aligned here. And I want to tell you also why. And by the way, some of you, this might be in regard to your twin flame. The love tarot readings, as you might have noticed, or maybe you don't know, are pretty much general for the collective. So they're not necessarily twin flame readings. Of course, you know when they're marked twin flame readings, you know they're your twin flame reading. But that energy might be coming through for some of you. That is here, of course, in the 8, the infinite, and the karma, and working out some karmic cycles, some karmic lessons here, manifesting. And yeah, it's an alignment, as I said, in both energies, because here's the other thing, you know, waiting to come and waiting for somebody to come. But you're so, I want to say your chemistry and your connection is really strong. And it's a really overwhelming energy. So that sometimes, you know, when it's good or when things are flowing, I don't know, but positive, well, yeah, positive, overwhelming. It's just really overwhelming. There's a lot of chemistry between you, but that sometimes that can be overwhelming, you know, when things are not hearing or things not going, the way that you want them to or the way that your person wants them to. But this is manifesting coming out of that and this changing, but it really is dependent, I feel, on this communication together. And look, yeah, because they've been ignoring you. It's the Star card in reverse. This is Aquarius energy. And it's so interesting because the 8th star here, it's almost like, gosh, it's almost like the star, because of course this is a 17 and it comes to an 8. And that 8th star, as I said, is a gift to the Strength card for the clarity and the renewal and the hope. It's almost like it passed it off here to the Strength card because it can't, the star energy is not able to make that change themselves. There's still a certain amount of strength coming up here that needs to happen in order for it to happen. Passed off the star, because this is an energy of, well, yeah, it's not responding. It's an ignoring energy. So for some of you, there was a message that they're not responding to, a question, maybe they didn't answer, or some communication that was unfinished. There's a lot, I want to say there's a lot left unsaid here. It's connecting directly with this 8 of Wands. And there's also stuff that was said. You know, so this communication is extremely important, I feel like. And it's clear with this communication and everybody being on the same pentacles on these rock formations are kind of like, you know, you see them on trails and they get you back to where you were. So everybody coming back together here and communicating and growing this connection or regrowing this connection, building it together so that you can reach the fruits of all this work together and enjoy this new cycle here. But it really is dependent on the communication, is what I wanted to say. The 5 of Pentacles coming in reverse, it's Mercury and Taurus energy. This is an energy of loss, you know, and worry around it and being stuck up in your head. And yeah, and you know, you can see there's a lot of other crows here up in the tree, and there's 2 down here. There's 3 actually. So for some of you, there really is third party, I want to say, energy of other commitments. So it can be people, romance, friends, family, work, money, whatever. Well, this is in reverse and it's coming back in here. It can even be literally, yeah, look, because here's the separation. It can be, for some of you, that it's to an actual dwelling, you know, or just around. Familiarity is what I want to say, physical. But we also know for a lot of you, this is just about coming back together, and it may not be in person, but that 3 of Cups sometimes, again, can be around friends or family, but it's definitely communication. And look, who's coming back in here in this 5 of Pentacles, kind of bringing in this hope for this new cycle and communication opening up, because it hasn't been here. You can see it. It's, of course, around the 2 of you. It's the Lovers card in reverse. This is Gemini energy. Of course, it's Venus, the planet of love. It's not a Mercury energy per se, so much as Mercury being here, of course, because of Gemini. That's, you know, Gemini, Mercury is Gemini's ruling planet. Archangel Raphael here, wanting to heal what's broken. Somebody here needs to make that move. It's in reverse. So they have a lot of regret. This is regrets for some choices. They also are apologizing and are sorry and are regretting. I feel this Ace of Wands behavior and this 5 of Swords behavior. So, and the Star in reverse. It's things that were said, things that were not said. It's the kind of hot and cold energy, the false starts, you know, the taking forever energy. For some of you, this is your twin flame again. It's not for everybody, because I know not everybody follows a twin flame journey or even believes in it, and that's okay, of course. It's also soulmate energy. And, well, yeah, this is a lot of regret here. Bad decision, something that was said, leaving, not responding, leaving things unsaid, things that were said. Okay, yeah, and look, oh my gosh, you guys. So for some of you, it was literally around an argument. I want to say somebody may have left a situation, an actual, you know, a dwelling home, because this can be about moving out, arguing and moving out. it's not going to be for everyone that's what that is. This is soulmate energy, by the way, because it's also just about leaving the connection. And for some of you, the connection to family and friends is really strong, and maybe even an argument. For those of you where that is resonating, it may even been that was in a public, I want to say a public place. Okay, but that's just leaving the connection anyway. Look, and they regret it. It's directly connected to the Lover's card in reverse. So regretting some things that were said. It is just clear, you know. And if that arguing for you was going on in messages, because there's a lot of things that were said that weren't meant, but there's a lot still that's unsaid. And I like that the Ten of Wands is in reverse. This is Jupiter and Sagittarius energy, because it's a release of what everybody's been holding on to, you know, because this is like a lot of stress around it. It's the energy of love, you know, it's the wands, it's the passionate energy, let's say, and hello again if you're in New York. And it's letting that go and not carrying it anymore. And it's the new cycle, it's the communication opening up. Can it be for some of you this is going to be a communication that gets intense? It could be. You know, it could be indicating that even for some of you in person, where there is seeing each other and having some, I want to say, intense conversations around other people, you know, or at a particular event. Yeah, I mean, that is here. For some of you, you already know that that's a past energy, or it's just I want to say, through digital media, you know, stuff going on, SMS, social media, email, that sort of thing. I mean, even email feels kind of archaic to me in some ways. Yeah, so here's the Five of Cups coming in with that release. And that's the thing, it's time. It's the Five of Cups, it's Mars and Scorpio energy. And this is more of the regret here. Regret for leaving, regret for leaving you feeling like they didn't love you. There's a lot of grief around this, which you see here in the Five of Cups. And we also see them kind of stuck up in their head here as they think about it. This Five of Pentacles coming here in reverse, which is a healing energy and coming back into communicating here. Look what's here. So, of course, it's the Five of Cups, you know. But look what is here. There's the Two of Cups. They're still full. Still in each other's energy. It's like a chance to work things out. The emotions are still really high here, I feel. And for some of you, there's an indication that it's recent. And for some of you, it's just about the feelings that are still there. And it's the Three of Cups here. There it is again. It's the Mercury and the Cancer energy of, for some of you, that may indicate exactly that there was discord and argument, things said, whether it was in person or in a message, that are still very hurtful and then being ignored on top of it. It's almost like, well, looking at it and just, it's still in the energy is what I want to say here, okay? It's almost like what I wanted to say, like the crow maybe even just, I don't know, kicked it over. But so yeah, it's the lack of communication. It's things that were said. And for some of you, it was in person, but you're still in each other's energy here. That's the Two of Cups coming through, and that's the Venus and Cancer energy. And kind of waiting. Well, yeah, wanting this communication here, even if some of you are feeling like, yeah, I just need this closure. It is still a wait for it. But the regret that they have is really strong, and it's connected to this Five of Swords and the Star card in reverse. And that's also a lot of things that were unsaid, and a lot of things that were said that they regret, and leaving you feeling like they don't love you. And I really like that this is coming through because this is Archangel Michael, who really likes to, is around quite often, I want to say. It's the angel for protection and also for strength, connecting here with the Strength card today as well. And that's getting the truth out, and that's restoring balance and solving the issues. So this is telling me it's like a middle ground. It's coming together and resolving this. It's a tempering the hello. I caught the camera, I think really relatively soon. What I was saying when I looked up is it can be for some of you that this conversation will get a little bit tense, but there is an element here which we see that it's going to be resolved. There's a resolution coming here. This is most definitely those moves being made to communicate and being a turning point in this connection. It's good turning point, it's good fortune, I want to say. So this is a conversation that I feel you've really been waiting for. You've both been really wanting to have, and it's a chance to really resolve everything that's going on here. Say for your person too what they want to say, because there is a lot of regret here. They regret leaving you feeling like they don't love you, And just a quick foray, because I'm looking here at this Eight of Pentacles, and I don't think I got to it. First of all, this is the Sun in Virgo energy, and it's working it out. Look, it's working on coming here, working things out, working on writing this message, or working on coming to you and communicating. There's a lot that is left unsaid, and there's a lot that needs to be said here. They're checking out. Look, they're watching you here. So here's the Six of Pentacles in the top here in the Eight of Pentacles, and that's the Moon in Taurus energy, and it's a giving energy. It's reciprocal. It's communication for me. Look, the messages from Spirit here, the divine. There's three: divine timing, communication, growth. The energy was kind of looming ahead here. And I guess looming's the wrong word, but it's kind of waiting. It's what they're working on is coming here. And there's the Seventh Pentacle. So that's you in that energy of Venus and Taurus, of just waiting, having put in a lot of work, waiting for the message, waiting for things to move forward, waiting to figure out what you guys are doing. And they're working on it. That's the Eighth Pentacle. And they're looking over at you. Look at here. It's like Page of Swords energy, making sure that you're still there. And of course, this is 8. It is that action number. Look, and it's connecting right with the Knight of Pentacles, who's working on coming here, who's literally working on it, doing the hard work and coming here and wanting to have this talk, communication, writing, in person, whatever it is. And again, that's also connecting to infinity. And well, for some of you, you're twin flame energy, but it's a particular connection, forever kind of love, And it's also connecting to Libra, and that's a balance energy, and it's balancing out the divine feminine and the divine masculine energies, yin-yang energy, coming into union and being able to come from a place, a balanced energy with the truth and resolving issues here. Manifesting that, I feel like everybody really is, and you can see it's really at play here with Archangel Michael of solving these issues here in the Temperance card. It's Sagittarius energy. It's a really fast energy. It's a 14, of course, and that is coming to a 5, and it's connecting with the 5th chakra. I tell you, that camera is just totally the end of me. So the Empress is in reverse. Very interesting. Divine feminine energy, and here's the thing. It's in reverse here, and it's accessing that divine feminine energy, which they have not been doing. This is the balancing that is going on. This is this also here quite literally, as you see here in the 8, also infinity, connecting us with, of course, the infinity symbol. And that's the balancing of the divine feminine and the divine masculine energies. In particular, the divine feminine energy of being able to come here and say what needs to be said in the truth, in the communication. And you can see that as what is going on here. And that this really similar energy, I want to say, of a love tarot reading may even have been just a few days ago, depending on when you're here. It's just kind of around the same time, because it feels like a make or break conversation, that it's not feeling like it's going to get super intense, but that it might have those elements, but eventually things are getting resolved. But this is still balancing out that energy, because it's not completely emotionally available. It's still not completely telling the truth. It's kind of like limited resources from the Empress, and that's because they're still balancing out that divine feminine, divine masculine energy, because the Empress has, of course, access to everyone, to all the elements, to all the signs here. And it's in reverse, so it's kind of like not being able to access that. And that's what they're working on here. And yeah, okay, so this is really clear. Pun intended. The Ace of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. So the clarity that's coming through and their plan I feel like is in the making. You know, this is transactional energy and it's quite strong. The crow is wrapped around the sword, almost like it's kind of just being pushing here. Look through all the indecision, the clouds, through all the bad decisions, because they have a lot of regret. And that indecisive behavior, indecisive energy, I want to say, came in pretty strong early on with the Three of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands of trying to write this message or trying to communicate with you. So that's what they're trying to do here. They're bringing a rose, you know, and of course that's connected to kind of an urgent energy, a passionate energy, excuse me, the love energy. There's a victory wreath here. So this is the communication I feel coming through. And again, it does not feel, it doesn't feel like there's a fight or something coming here. In fact, there's a lot of regret, and that's what's in that rose for me. Somebody could even be, there could even be, I know for some of you, it can't even be that there's flowers around, or somebody may even bring one. Really interesting, but this is a turning point. This communication, I feel like, is going to change everything. The King of Wands energy, and we're getting ready to go into some oracle. I'm feeling the King of Wands here, and it's revealing something under there. So we're going to look, then we're going to bring in some oracle. This is a really courageous energy here, connecting with temperance, connecting also with strength. And look, there's the rose again. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Of course. And look, this is having balanced out those energies, the divine masculine energy, the divine feminine energy, and being able to come from a place of balance. The King of Wands is going for it, you know, knows what they're going for here. Again, manifesting abundance, strength, and action. The lion here, of course, it's not a, well, the lion here connecting, excuse me, with the Leo energy. Bringing maybe even an actual rose for some of you, or being around it. And that can be, what's the offer? Is it just wanting to talk? Yeah. Can it be more? Of course. It is a turning point. I feel like this is just up to the two of you where this is going to go. This is where this is going to go. It's the Nine of Pentacles. That Knight of Pentacles is holding on to one. Look, they're working on a pentacle here in the Eighth of Pentacles. Then we're here in the Nine of Pentacles. And here's the Knight of Pentacles with that pentacle, putting us into the Ten of Pentacles. So we know that things have been disconnected, no contact, no communication, and or in separation. So for some of you, you were building a life, building a family, blending, introducing, whatever that was, and it stopped. And here we see it's going into the Ten of Pentacles. Should everybody come together and communicate and want everybody showing up here in that Three of Pentacles to get to those cherries, you know, to the fruits of the labor, coming together for that, putting us in the Ten of Pentacles, Mercury and Virgo energy, a really long-term energy and a totally new start. Transformational energy we see here, very instinctual wolf. It's funny, I don't know why lately I've been confusing wolves and foxes. I mean, duh, I don't know. Sometimes it just happens, but we're keeping this for sure, and we're going to bring in some oracle. It's bringing in the Queen of Pentacles, and it's one of these things, there's just wanting to send all these messages through. I'm going to get these out, and then we're moving on to oracle. Slow down. Queen of Pentacles. Do we have the King of Pentacles here? No, we don't, but we have the Queen who's here to help grow that pentacle, that Knight of Pentacles, putting that in the 9 to get you into that 10. Oh yeah, but there's a lot of healing energy around here. The Queen of Pentacles is sort of like the apprentice, a protege, you know, interestingly enough, of the Empress, who we see that they were having trouble accessing that energy, you know, and she's kind of been sent here. Look, looking right at the wand. This is the energy of love with the butterfly right at the top of it, the transformational energy with the pentacle, wearing the crown. Knowing here, listening to messages, it's a higher power, the crown chakra, spiritual messages from the divine. Also connecting us with source and finding a solution and working things out. Also connecting us with temperance here with that pentacle. Yeah, it's new beginnings. You know, she can make things work that were not working. That is just going here. And look what's here. there's a world here. And of course, that's bringing in the world energy, the world card. And that's an energy of completion and moving toward also what I feel you've been waiting for here in that 7th pentacle here in the 8 of Pentacles, just waiting around. So is that completion to have this conversation and come back together, take something to another level? Yeah, and you're going to know what that is. And that's a strong energy for me. It's moving forward. It can be physical travel for some of you, in particular if there is an event that you might see each other at that won't be for everyone, but that's also moving toward each other on this journey. And yeah, it's those obstacles out of the way. There's the soulmate energy here, divine timing, communication, growth. I really like this for you a lot. The 8 of Cups in reverse. This is the return. This is the coming back, and it's the 8 again. Saturn and Pisces energy. Having working out some karmic cycles right now and having come back in here and having learned some kind of lesson. That action number again, connecting to infinity, manifesting. Yeah, this is a connection that I feel, I was going to say a soul connection that is just not over. This is where we're going to stop. So I'm assuming that this is where Spirit wanted us to land. It's the 6 of Cups. And yeah, it's really clear. It's a really nostalgic energy, remembering when things were working. Also when things were not working. I want to tell you that there's a lot of reunion energy here. Sometimes that is a kind of a dreamy energy, depending. It's dreamy energy here today too, but it's also an energy of movement. We can see it. And look where they're looking. 5 of the Cups here are kind of muted colors, you know. That's bringing in the 5 of Cups, the feeling of regret for leaving you like they don't love you, because this is someone who loves you. You love each other, and it's very disappointing what has gone on. For some of you, it's a matter of timing. For some of you, it's a matter of timing, I want to say, within your person. Definitely third-party energy, and it can be that it's external, but it's also internal. You know, I want to say it's around what's going on with you and what's going on with your person. There is love here. There's a lot of regret. You're both still here, really wanting to connect. A chance for things, a turning point here. What does that mean for you in this communication? Twin flame energy is also here, soulmate energy, past life energy. And here is that energy too that we were feeling, that some of you just feel like you've known them forever. And that's the soul connection, which is very strongly here. And some of you actually may have, you know, I want to say going all the way back to childhood energy, but that's also the soul connection, but it's a validation. Okay, so I'm going to keep this here. We're bringing in some oracle. I'm shuffled and ready to go. This just tried to come off though, look. Oh yeah, the bottom of the deck, bond. It's the 2 of you. It's like the Lover's card here. This is the thing. You are really very, very drawn to each other. You're very connected in many, many ways. I want to say physically, there's some difficulty. We can see that. Some emotional and mental lack thereof. But I want to say at the core, literally at the heart of the matter, if you get to the heart of the matter, you're very connected together. There's a lot of love here. This is the bond. Look at this. This can be indicating reunion energy here with the roses, but it's also just around this love. Look, gathered here around the heart. And it's kind of an energy of, look, there's wings on it, angel wings as well. It's kind of an energy of time is time. Yeah, because look, there's almost like some shadowing here on the heart. And then it's a lot more red and white here. This is also turning into, okay, so preparation. This is preparing for this here. The communication, again, whether it's in a message or in person, it's really very clear. You know, they're kind of gathering. What exactly are they preparing for? You can see they're gathering things here. There are people watching. This looks like a ferry. I think it might be. I think this is a Seattle scene, by the way. If you're in Washington, interesting, Washington State in America, it's a ferry. You know, it's on here in the divine. And, you know, it's kind of taking you, it's like helping you move, helping you get over some rough waters. You know, you can't just jump in the water and swim across to the island. You get on a ferry, particularly maybe even a car ferry, sort of like putting your chariot there, and it's moving a little bit faster, and it's also navigating that emotional energy, which we also see here with Temperance. Yeah, this is in preparation for, I want to say, this communication that's going to be happening. Protection. This is a lot of Temperance also coming through. Look, they're protecting here this egg, you know, this new beginning. Protecting, for some of you, it's quite literally a family or just the relationship and the connection in this chance here. Hovering over it. Look, just protecting it. There's a peaceful energy here with the poppy. Somebody else is kind of on the lookout. Yeah, this is an intense connection. By the way, I am not reading Oracle in reverse. And you know, that's not always the case, but it's been the case for the last weeks. And just so you know, communication, look at this. I'm just waiting here. Quite literally, there's a storm outside. This can even be for some of you just kind of the energy of what's going on. But look, it's preparing. There's the, my gosh, there's the board. There's the chopping block getting ready to, I want to say there's this Zen saying of chopping wood. If you want enlightenment, chop wood. If you want to, it's like you just stay in that energy of simple things, you know, and of just the energy of awareness. And it's a chopping block here. It's like getting ready. Look, waiting here. Has a bowl ready to get filled, to get the, it's like the cherries coming in and getting it here and hashing it out. And taking things apart and putting it together as you do with when you're cooking, you know, that kind of a metaphor, I want to say, and building something together and coming together and making this beautiful, abundant bowl of food to eat, literally for some of you. But, you know, it's just, I want to say, of just this communication that's coming. This is just really incredibly clear. Okay, I want to move the energy now and see what else is coming through. And then we're going to bring in some channeled love messages from your person, messages from their higher self. Look at this open-hearted energy. That's the thing. This does not feel like everybody's coming here to have a fight. It's communication. It's breaking it all down and building it back up together again. Look, it's the chopping block. You know, maybe they're on the chopping block here. Yeah, I guess in some ways. Open-hearted. Look, the heart is opening up. They're coming out. My gosh. It's quite literally opening up here, and it's one heart split in two. It's going to mean something particular if you're on a twin flame journey. It's not going to be for everyone, but it's a peaceful energy. It's a new beginning energy. It's quite pure, I want to say, in particular with these roses, with these white roses. 3, 4, 5, 6 here, and that's also an energy of healing. Communication. It's also, of course, bringing in the 6th planet, Venus. Open-hearted, coming in here with an open heart and having this, my gosh, this really emotional, real communication about where things are, where they can go, who is where, and where is this going. It's some resolution, at least in that. So whether you're coming together now or you're having this conversation for, look, so this was pushing itself off, injury and risk. Oh my gosh, and abundance. This is so clear. Taking this risk of being hurt for this, for the abundance. Look at all the fish here. Somebody's bringing one in. They're everywhere. There's a lot. There's enough for everybody, you know, and it's taking the risk for that. You risk getting hurt. My gosh, this is making me want to cry because there is, I mean, this risk message can be packing something completely different for some of you, depending on the journey that you're on. Okay, but it's also literally, look, risking getting hurt. It came together, risking getting hurt for, and this is bringing in whatever's here, survival. Yeah. So this connection is just not, definitely not over. It's a really strong connection, but there's some really timing issues, third-party situations, again, internal, within you and your person, external and both, and or, I want to say. But this is the risk of being hurt to get here. Wow. Wow. Okay. This is a real clear reading. It's really clear. Things are covered. This is what happens. I'm here at the Tarot Closet, so I do apologize, but I just kind of have to put everything down here. I want to bring in some channeled love messages, and where do I want to go with this today? I had these out for you. I'm going to bring in a few. I'm still feeling also, by the way, your heart. So I'm also bringing these in again today, okay? I'm really feeling that, but I was called to bring these out again today. I hide behind material things. It's going in your person's energy. Messages from their higher self. I'm grateful for the spiritual lesson. 3, it's the most I take. They're coming really fast. You came closer than anyone. I look for you everywhere. It's the bond. Protection. Finding out the truth crushed me. Survival mode too. Somebody may be in that. I couldn't let you get too close to me. Look, it's right here also. Protection and injury. So that's also some past energy of risking being hurt. That's it. Okay. That was fast. I want to tell you how I feel. Yeah. I know I was a distraction from your pain. Putting this here also with injury and bond. I wish I could take back my words. Big time. That's the 5 of Swords. Big time. That's the 2 of that's the Lover's card in regret. It's the 5 of Cups and the 5 of Cups within the 6 of Cups here. That's a lot of regret. And I feel like that's what they're going to do here in this communication. Again, this is real strong, whether this is a message or in person, maybe, again, even for some of you seeing each other. These are the last messages. And then we're closing your reading, okay? You are my other half. Twin flame energy for some of you. Soulmate energy. Soul connection. It's here. I dream of you. Bond. Come back. Communication. Risk. I mean, it's really everywhere here. It's hard to know where to put that, We belong together. Do you still love me? Do you still love me? See you in my dreams. I dream of you. See you in my dreams. Okay? Beautiful soul, that is your reading today. It's been my complete honor as always. What a beautiful reading. I'm sending you... What a beautiful reading. I'm sending you so much love and so much light your way. And I hope you enjoyed the reading as much as I did. And if you did, I would really appreciate it if you liked the video. Smash that like button, as they say. And subscribe to the Tarot Closet if you have not. This really helps keep the channel moving. And it just goes without saying, thank you for being here today. Your support means everything to me. I love you very much. I'm very happy to channel for you, and I'm very happy that you've chosen to be here. So thank you. Take really good care. Wishing the best outcome for you. And I look forward to seeing you at another love reading.